A lot of threat intelligence is produced in structured reports, often in emails, Word documents, and PDFs. As an Intel analyst, I'd often spend hours manually turning the TTPs and IOCs described in these unstructured reports into machine-readable data, typically using a threat intelligence platform. Here at DogeSec, the team wanted to spend more time on research than data entry, so we built txt2stix to automate this workflow. txt2stix takes a text file and extracts the intelligence inside of it, linking it together using the relationships described in the text. Let me give you a quick demo of how it works. Jumping into the code base first. Extractions are the core of txt2stix. They are responsible for pulling out the data from the inputted file. There are three types of extractions in txt2stix. You can find them under Includes, Extractions. The first type of extractions are patterns. These will run regular expressions over the text of the report. These extractions are best at identifying IOCs that can easily be identified by a pattern. For example, IP addresses, URLs, file hashes, and so on. Secondly, lookup extractions. Here, a lookup file contains a list of known extractions. The report text will be scanned for entities inside of the lookup extraction file. This type of extraction is really useful for known entities, like threat actor names. And finally, AI-based extractions, which will pass the text file to an AI model and run the prompts for the extraction selected. This type of extraction is very useful for identifying TTPs in the text. You will also see that each extraction type has a STIX mapping property. This defines how the extracted value will be modeled as a STIX object. If needed, you can also add your own extractions too. txt2stix also ships with two other useful features that happen at the time of extraction. Aliasing, which transforms the text of the report before processing to normalize values within it. For example, normalizing country names into a standard format. Let's take an example of transforming references to the United States, the USA, or the United States of America found in the input report into a single two-digit country code, US, so that multiple extractions for what is essentially the same object don't occur. The second useful feature is whitelisting. Whitelists allow you to tell txt2stix to ignore certain values for extraction. This is especially useful for benign IOCs, for example, google.com, which can be problematic when integrated with downstream security tools later on. Now that the txt2stix logic is clear, let's take a text file containing intelligence for extraction. If you've got a report in a non-text format, perhaps a PDF, a HTML page, or a Word doc, you can use another tool of ours, File to Text, to turn it into a text file ready for txt2stix. Here's a really simple example of a report to demonstrate how txt2stix works. This report describes how a domain resolves to an IP address and how that domain is known for distributing malware via email. I will run it through txt2stix using the pattern extractions IPv4 address, domain name, and email, and I will use a malware name lookup. Taking a look at the STIX bundle produced by txt2stix on a network graph, you can see the IOCs and observables extracted as STIX objects. Here's the domain, the email address, the IP address, the malware. For each text file entered, txt2stix will create a STIX object containing the inputted content of the text file. The report object also contains links to all of the extracted objects. What's really useful though is the relationships txt2stix creates between the objects based on the descriptions in the input. You can see here that fake domain is linked to the malware using the relationship type distributes. and that the fake domain resolves to 1.1.1.1. If you look deeper, you can also see the indicator objects created for each observable contain pattern properties that can be used for detection. The STIX bundle created by txt2stix can then be uploaded to downstream security tools like your threat intelligence platform or detection tooling. txt2stix now saves our team hours of manual work extracting data from reports, emails, threat feeds. I'll put a link to txt2stix and file2text in the description of this video so your team can try them out too.